You can see the question. Everyone can see,
Yes.
Dhamma people.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dhamma, we start Dhamma. Okay, we'll start from here.
Okay.
Tareko, you start with you. Explain in your own words any three factors. Samo Yogijana. Just three out of the rest.
Okay. Samyojana is factors. It's a mental defilement that I being in the view of existence. So the eradication of these 10 factors either gradually or as a whole will lead is the ultimate goal of a Buddhist. So the first one is Sakaya Ditti, personality, belief, or self-view. It is a delusion of a self or a belief that there is a permanent soul or consciousness or entity that continues to live on or exist even after death. So, or is another way of defining is that is the ignorance of the true nature of the so-called self, and which is anicca, dukkha, or anatta, but believed to be nicca, sukha, and atta. Okay. Or is another way is that is a belief that the five aggregates as an enduring, unchanging entity that migrates from one life to another. That is for Sakaya Ditti. And the second one is Vicikicca, which translated into skeptical doubt or perplexity, is doubts about Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, dependent origination, or karma. There is a distrust, or there is not certain or not sure, indecisive about this. Thus, it hinders one to do good or to do wholesome deeds, or practice jhana and develop the mind for the spiritual goal. Thus, Vicikicca is actually a hindrance. It's also a hindrance to samadhi. And the third one is Silabbata Paramasa, adherence to rites and rituals. This is a popular ascetic belief during Buddha's time and still persists even today. It is a belief that through the practice of certain rites and rituals, that one could get spiritual bliss or salvation, such as beliefs that by practicing certain rituals, example fire worshipping, or by living like a cow or a dog, they hope that they will realize their supreme bliss according to their religion. So these are the three. Of course, there are the others, the other 7 more. So do you want me to continue on?
Okay, sufficient.
Okay, thank you.
Very good try. Okay, mine is also same thing as yours. Some Sakaya Ditti, the wrong view, the personality about yourself. So this one taken from a source. So I read through yourself, roughly about the same as yours. So you can expand on it or use it for your own because these are essay questions, you expect you to write more. So the more you write, the better for you. Then Vicikicca, the skeptical doubt, your brother spoken, then these are extra for you to go through. Okay. I'm not gonna read through quite a long-winded one. Okay. So make use of it, expand on your question, will help you write better. Then next one is the attachment to rights and riches. The same thing. Your brother already spoken most of it. So these are all from various sources you can get and gather as try to write an essay question. So don't write 2-3 lines. Expect to get 20 marks or that. Please. This essay question now no more in year 1, year 2. You expect to perform in essay kind of things. So basically this one I give to you later. Then you can develop on it, and then if come out, I think it will come out. The factors every year will come out, but what kind or they ask you for certain one or I don't know, or list out all the 10. Okay, I'm not sure because this is depend on external exam. So can't say anything so just pray hard that set simple for you during exam. Okay, so 10 factors very important. Please go and read through thoroughly. All the 10 no choice because anything can happen. So I can't predict you whether 3 or can be more. So just put your finger crossed. Okay, next one. What is the purpose of performing Samatha Bhavana? Sister Sumeta, you any idea?
Samatha means tranquility, whereas Bhavana means cultivation. Hence, this Samatha Bhavana means cultivation of tranquility, which is have the purpose of freeing oneself from defilements and to try to practice how to focus until one gets samadhi, that means one-pointedness in attention. So it is actually a step in preparing for further meditation with the kind of insight which is vipassana. So it is actually practicing how to unify and concentrate the mind on one object so that the minds won't wander about to manifold objects, which is scattered, weak, and tends to be restless. So the purpose is to train and to develop still, fixed, and concentrated purity mind, giving strength and stability in order to focus and calm down. And it is a helpful step to remove the less peaceful state of mind that furthers and deepens the state of tranquility by moving from the lower absorption to the higher ones. Is that okay?
Yeah, a good try. Okay, this is my taken from another source we view through. So purpose, they ask you why you need to do samatha meditation. So as a sister said, is to perform tranquility or calm. And then bhavana means development. So calm of your mind is a development. Then samatha is the earlier point to your qualification to go further to vipassana. So this is a requirement, right? So important bhavana is to calm the mind and develop deep state of concentration, known as jhanas. You must mention about these jhanas. So it will lead you to deeper insight into the nature of reality. Okay, that's a very important one for meditation. Then you need to bring out what are the method of meditation, samatha meditation, the anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing. So you write on this about this one, focusing on the breath. Then kasina, remember we study this meditation, the 40 object. This is also one of it. So 40 object called kasina meditation. Okay. Then there's also metta bhavana, loving kindness meditation. If you're in the meditation practice, you should see those meditation master also mention about this. This is to cultivate another mode of higher form of kind of people. They can able to radiate all this kindness to surrounding to yourself and others. So that's why they say in the retreat, you share together in a group, so you can give this metta bhavana. So the strength, when you go in group, will be very great. That's what the meditation master used to mention. And then we can talk about recollection of Buddha. What the quality of Buddha, okay? Then body contemplation, the nature of the body. Okay, so if you practice this, it will give you mental calmness, and then you will increase your concentration. Then it's a foundation to give you the progress up for the vipassana or insight. So samatha, you need to talk about attainment of jhanas. It's a deep state of meditation absorption. You need to talk about first jhana, okay? Sustained thought. Then you achieve rapture, happiness, and one-pointedness. Then second jhana, when you continue to proceed to the second state, you get sustained thought, subside, and living rapture, happiness, and to one-pointedness. Okay? Then third jhana, you drop the rapture and then living happiness and these are one-pointedness. And then fourth jhana, you get equanimity and one-pointedness. Okay. And then important thing is you achieve the balancing of mind. And then next one is when you completed all the jhanas, you will be going forward to the vipassana state. Okay, there are some putting fifth jhana, depend on what you want to put. There are some abhidhamma, they put fifth jhana. Okay, for sutta, they put until fourth. So samatha bhavana is a vital aspect of Buddhist meditation practice, focus on developing tranquility and deep concentration. So by calming the mind and achieve state of jhana, practitioner create a solid foundation for further insight meditation, leading to deeper understanding of nature of reality and progress towards enlightenment. Okay, that is sufficient. Okay, Brother Ko, next one. Describe the difference between karma niyama and chitta niyama.
Okay. Karma niyama and chitta niyama.
Yeah.
Okay. In Abhidhamma commentary, there are 5 natural laws mentioned. So, namely, they are Biji niyama, Utu niyama, Karma niyama, Chitta niyama, and Dhamma niyama. So, in Karma niyama, it is the natural law that governs the functioning of karma and its results. Karma here refers to the intentional action or deeds, and the vipaka is, or the effect is the consequential effect of that intentional actions. So the deeds could be through the mind, through the body, or by speech. And these deeds could be wholesome or unwholesome, as well as indeterminate. Whereas chitta niyama is the natural law that governs the functioning of the mind. The nature of consciousness and its associated mental states. Citta Niyama also describes the process or the working of the mind, including the psychic phenomena such as the reading of mind, psychic power, the psychic power, ability to read people's mind. That's all I can actually get.
Okay,
So far, I could
good.
not get the others.
Okay, good enough.
The differences.
Okay, this is my extraction from another source. So you need to talk about the 5 niyamas. So karma niyama is one of the 5 niyamas in the natural law of Buddhist teaching. So these 5, you can put it in stated what are the 5 of the, or I call the Mother Nature law of the universe. Utu niyama. Utu niyama is a physical law. Then bija niyama, biological laws. And then karma niyama, what we are talking about here is moral laws. And then chitta niyama is a psychological law governing the mind and mental state, as the brothers mentioned. And then nama yama, the natural law governing the phenomena and universal truth. So this is also an important topic. Please learn all the 5 of them and know it well. I think every year they set on this. So better focus on this. You must know all the 5, whichever pattern they set. Then we talk about karma niyama. It's a cause and effect. According to the karma niyama, every intention, the important thing Buddhist is talking about intention, action performed by individual produce corresponding result. And then positive action lead to positive outcome and negative action lead to negative outcome. This is our Buddhist moral law. And so the next one is the ethical implication. This law emphasizes the personal responsibility and ethical conduct. It encourages individuals, important to cultivate your so-called wholesome action or your discipline and avoid unwholesome action. Do good, avoid evil. That's the most important about Buddhist teaching. So we can also mention about not immediate. The result of karma may not manifest immediately. They can ripen in the present life, in future life, or even over many lifetimes. So this is a complex interaction. The karma interacts with other natural law and factors, making the outcome of action complex and not always straightforward. So multiple karmas from different action can influence a single result. As a good example, this couple of days, our SIA flight flying over the Burma side, suddenly got this serious turbulence, and one old man, 70 years old, too bad get at the spot will terminate his life. So, and those lucky enough only suffer bone injury. So these are working of karma at point and the condition, then you are unlucky, then your life will get terminated. So this guy also very unfortunate, going for holiday, then has to lose his life. So citta niyama refers to the natural laws governing the mind and mental process. That's what our brother mentioned. It means mind or consciousness, and niyama means law or order. So citta niyama encompasses the principle that explain how the mental phenomena operate and interact. Okay, so it concerns consciousness, thought, and perception. This is how the citta niyama works. So citta niyama describes the natural principle that govern the working of the mind, including the following: mental process, the way in which a thought, emotion, perception arise, persist, and cease. This is what we talk about, especially in detail in Abhidhamma. And then the mental state and the various state of the consciousness, including wholesome, unwholesome, and neutral state. These are clearly mentioned, especially in Abhidhamma. And the next one is psychological interaction. How different mental factors interact and influence each other. Okay, this also we cover in the Abhidhamma also. And then in the teaching of five skandha or five aggregates, it's a kind of sense organ and thoughts that are sense object. In the same way, the nose is a sense organ and the smell are the is object. So this is what we basically talking about in Abhidhamma. Okay, so roughly down there, if you can write this, it's sufficient to get you at least 18 to 20 marks. Okay, Mr. Taiwan, your turn. This one you should know also. It's also in this YMBA year 2 also. Mention the name and places in Sri Lanka in which Buddha is stated to have visited. State the reason for the visit. 3 visits to Sri Lanka.
Right now, very susah. I don't know how to take exam.
Brother go, no.
This one I skip.
According to the book, okay, according to the book, the first visit was to settle a dispute within the two Yaka tribes.
Yeah.
Then the second visit was to settle the dispute between two Naga kings. And the third visit was to went to Mount Sachavada after the request of a Tera.
Okay, how about Brother go?
This one I skip.
You skip.
Okay.
Okay, and see my version. Okay, for this time, Buddha visit Sri Lanka always come out. So for this third year one, please, if you want to attempt, you run out of attempt, then you need to remember all the 3 places. So you need to know the places and the reason behind it. Okay. So first one is to the Mahiyagana Stupa, where is the place where the stupa is raised. This is the place where Buddha was believed to have settled a dispute between the two Yaka sides who were camping in the Mahananga. So this is called the place where the stupa is erected. And jungle in the bank of river Mahaveli. So they want to fight against each other. So to the psychic power, Buddha saw it. He came and then he drove away the both parties. And then he delivered a sermon to God Sumana and a million other terrestrial deities who were assembled there. So basically, these are not human beings. They are of all the what you call the gods, and then all the whatever deities down there present down there. So they came and then assembled there, and then they were converted by our Buddha. So God Sumana attained the first state of sainthood, so Tapana, and make a request for token of worship. So Buddha touches his head and give God Sumana a lock of hair and return to Uluvela the same day. Okay, so this is the first visit. So if you want to attend this kind of question, must remember the place. Remember the place and the person, and then what's the result. Okay. Second visit, location Nagadepa or Nagadipa. So the timing this visit believed to be occur in the 5th year of the Buddha enlightenment. So the purpose, Buddha intervened to resolve a dispute over a gem started thrown between two Naga kings, Julodhara and Mahadhara. Okay, so there's going to be a war down there between these two kings because of the throne. Whoever take the throne become the king. So the Buddha appeared at Nagadepa and then preached to the Naga king and their followers. So his teaching led to the reconciliation and peace between the two warring factions. So the throne instead was offered to the Buddha and later enshrined in the Nagadipa Vihara, a significant privileged site. Okay, that will do. You no need to talk long-winded story. Okay, that sufficient. So third visit, location, Kalaniya. Okay, so the third visit said to have taken place in the 8th year after the Buddha's enlightenment. And the purpose, Buddha visited at the invitation of King Manyaka of Kalaniya. So the events is that this invitation, the Buddha preached the Dhamma to the king and subject, leading to their conversion to Buddhism. So the visit also associated with the blessing of the land and promotion of peace and prosperity. So the Kalaniya Raja Mahavihara, they believe that this renowned temple to mark the spot where the Buddha visited. Okay, this is a simple one. If you run out of things, let's say the exam come, you really run out, please try to remember these three simple ones to handle how to tackle the question, answer all the questions if you unable to attempt all the 5. Okay, so backup question in case you run out of idea and then come out something different, then you all these all. I purposely said that you need to target 5 plus 2 reserve. That's safe. Okay, next one.
Brother Lau,
Yeah.
on the second visit, in the second book, YMBA book, it's on the 6th year, no? It's not on the 5th year.
That's why I quite confused by this. You can put the 5th or 6th up to you. Because some of the source they put at 5th, some put 6th. That's a problem. No true confirmation. Better follow the YMBA.
That this is the YMBA guide. So the guide says it's on the 6th year.
Then put 6th year YMBA.
And then on the third visit, it's actually on the request of the Terra. Okay. But then the place it was stated, it doesn't mention about.
It's better between, I know it's better between two clans. Then Buddha appeared to settle this dispute.
Because the third visit, it seems that there is a few places where Buddha visited, according to the guide. That's why I was blurred. I dare not attempt on this question.
But you run out of, let's say, suppose you run out into problem, then forced to do, and then use this simple one.
I get some mark.
Rather than leave blank.
Okay.
Okay, so put a reserve question, reserve answer. Okay, next one. This one, Sister Sumeta should know. Describe the events took place before Kolita and Upatissa became the chief disciple of the Buddha. Describe how the story of these two disciples and how they become the disciple. How it started.
Upatissa and Kolita, actually they are friends and they have promised to find a good teacher to learn about the way to free from sufferings. And they had agreed they will inform each other if they encounter one. So one day when Upatissa and Kolita, they went for a festival at the known as the Hilltop Festival, which includes dance and music. They enjoy, but after that, reflecting on the fleeting nature of sense pleasures, they decided to give up their wealth and luxuries and to take the holy life of ascetics. And at the same time, they he hear the news that Prince Siddhartha married Prince Yasodhara. So on hearing their renunciation, Upatissa and Kolita decided to study under the well-known ascetic Sanjaya. But then there's one day when Upatissa saw a monk seeking alms for the noonday meal. He was captured by the serenity and the bearing of the monks, which is Masati Era. And he was impressed by he asked this Sachi Terra, who is his teacher and what is the teaching. And then he was impressed by the words by Asachi saying that of those things that arise from a cause, the Tathagata had told the cause, and also what the cessation is. And this is the doctrine of the Buddha. So he decided to break this news to his friends, and both of them decided to join the Buddha Sasana. Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay, see my version. So you need to write the story how it started. So two Burmese family are staying in a village near Rajagaha with two sons named Golita and Upatissa. So these are two intelligent young men grew up together and both proficient in arts and sciences. So one fine day, while both enjoying at a hilltop event, both suddenly realized the uselessness of sensual pleasure and thought of retiring from the world and go in search of a way of release. So this is typical the same kind of mentality as Buddha. So they found the first teacher, ascetic Sanjaya, and able to learn quickly from him. But they are not satisfied with his teaching to find a solution to end suffering. The same thing as our Buddha did. So the two came to an agreement. So both of them decided to go each way. Then whoever comes across a teacher who could show the path to end sorrow should inform each other about him. So they agree on that, on this agreement. So we talk about Upatissa or Sariputta later. So early life, Upatissa, also known as Sariputta, was born into a Brahmin family in the kingdom of Kolita. And then, so he encountered Asaji, one of the five monks when Buddha get enlightenment. So he encountered Upatissa, and Upatissa encountered the monk Asaji and one of the five disciples while on his way to meet his friend Kolita. So upon hearing Asaji recite a verse, Upatissa deeply moved and sought further guidance. Okay, you must know that quote, whether in English or Pali, because I find that over the year, the paper, they may sometimes ask you about this verse. So this verse is about talking about the impermanence of life. So by hook, by crook, either you know a Pali one or you know the English one. Okay, so you need able to quote that one. So when dialogue with Asaji, Upatissa engaged a profound conversation, and Asaji, who explained the essence of Buddha teaching on impermanent anicca, so encounter lead Upatissa to seek out to the Buddha. So this Asaji said that Buddha was nearby there. So he together with this the other friend, so he met the Buddha and was immediately impressed with wisdom and compassion and decided to become a monk and follow the Buddha's teaching. So Upatissa excelled in the practice and quickly attained enlightenment under the guidance of Buddha. Because after he first listened to the impermanent anicca, that one, he straight again attained the Sotapanna. So he became known for a deep understanding of Dhamma and his skill in teaching others. So that's why when about Abhidhamma one, this Upatissa was the first one that mastered it and spread it to the other monks. So Upatissa and Koliya meet up and approached Buddha to be disciple and were accepted. So both were able to attain Sotapanna after listening to Buddha's teaching, and they then approached the previous teacher, Sanjaya, and his followers. So they are unable to convince Sanjaya, but the last portion of his followers left with both of them to join the Buddha Sangha. And then later on, this elder Moggallana Koliya attained arahantship. He is much faster than this Upatissa. And on the 7th day after ordination, and then elder Sariputta and Upatissa attained arahantship after listening to Buddha Parigaha Sutta delivered to his nephew Dikahanka a fortnight after ordination. So you see, Moggallana is much able to speed up his attainment of arahantship. So both Sariputta and Moggallana will make the chief disciple on the same eve. So why are they? They join later, but how come they make into the chief disciple? So the story said that Buddha mentioned that these two later become chief disciple as the two had aspired. So that means in the previous life, they already want this aspiration, especially to the two chief disciple in their early existence. That's why they can bypass all the five ascetic and then later the five worshipper, all that to become the two chief disciple. And that's talk about this event. Okay. So next one,
Brother Lau,
yeah,
your one mentioned about Upatissa and Kolita become Sotapan after being taught by Buddha. I think that should be by Asaji.
yeah. Early one, very first one, this Upatissa already attained upon
So if you
listening
look-
the anicca.
If we look at your slide now, the slide Upatissa and Kolita met up and approached Buddha to be his disciple and were accepted. Both
Probably
were able to.
I tap it, then I never post earlier one.
Oh,
We make the
so-
changes. All
because-
this, all my last minute, all typo.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's why use the discretion. Whatever you find change, need to change it yourself. Don't treat 100% correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
next.
the way you present it also quite a good way. Because I didn't think of the way you present it. So the way you present
follow
also
whatever you wish.
Yep.
Easy
Okay.
for you to learn.
Okay.
I try to help you as much as possible because time constraint now. I think left with exactly 1 month. I'm worried for your sister. She's not present. Don't know how to tackle the question. Okay, next one. Okay, brother Ko. What do you think Kama Chanda, sensual pleasure, and Para anger are hindrances? What's the reason?
Kama Chanda and Vyapada. Okay. Hindrances. First, I define hindrances. Hindrances are obstacles or defilements to mental cultivation, or defilements that do not allow one to be calm or composed. So, first, Kama Chanda. Kama Chanda is a desire or attachment to desirable sense object, or attachment to the world of five senses or external world, or it could be also delight in the realm of the five senses, and it is normally manifest as liking or wanting. So when one wants more or indulge in it, it becomes craving, tanha, and grows into strong attachment upadana. This ultimately will lead to unhappiness sooner or later, as the happiness of sensual pleasure is momentary or only for a short time, because it is inherently impermanent and ever-changing. If this is seen correctly and understood, it will prevent one from getting attached to it, and to be able to attain jhana, then one has to let go of the desire and craving for senses. For Vyapada, is pushing away or rejection of desirable object, of undesirable object. It manifests as anger, dislike, or ill will. Vyapada, I did not write further. In fact, I got stuck there.
Okay. Good try. I see my version. So define Kama Chandra in Pali is translated as sensual desire or desire for sensual pleasure. I mean enjoyment, all with 5 senses. So Kama Chandra is one of 5 hindrances, which is mental factors that impeded the progress, whether in meditation, attainment, or enlightenment. So when you have this, you need to cut off. So sensual desire is a craving for pleasure to the 5 senses, as we mentioned. The craving of the 5 faculty towards the object is a primary desire of human in terms of pleasure, but avoiding the unpleasantness. So by normal human being, we want maximum enjoyment, minimum sorrow. We don't want to have sorrow. Also, all of them, we just want to enjoy as long as possible. So the longing of more pleasure against the short span of happiness without understanding. So many people ordinarily willing of this nature. So overcoming the Kama Chandra involves, you need to practice this, developing mindfulness and concentration to reduce attachment to sensual pleasure and cultivate a more serene and focused mind. So that's why you still need to practice this through meditation. So achieve to meditation, also practicing like 5 precepts. So 5 precepts is another way to control, in a way, control your senses. And a development of wisdom, I mean to do good, avoid evil. So through this, you will increase your wisdom. So Vyapada is another Pali term translated as ill will or hatred. So it represents a negative mental state, characterized by a feeling of hostility, resentment, anger, aversion towards others. So it's one of the also 5 hindrances, which are mental obstacles. So here is a mental obstacle that impeded progress, whether in meditation and attainment of enlightenment. So it's a feeling of hostility, anger, or resentment towards others. So when you have this, you will disrupt your inner peace and create mental turmoil, and making it difficult to cultivate a calm and focused mind necessary for meditation. So to overcome it, Buddhists emphasis on the cultivation of loving kindness. So when you have such person of this nature, you need to cultivate loving kindness, compassion, equanimity. So the practice such as metta meditation, that's a very good example. When you all do meditation, this called master always talking about this metta meditation, which involves sending thoughts of loving kindness to oneself and others. That's why during the retreat, they say they send this metta meditation kindness to each and every one surrounding each other. It can be particularly effective in transforming ill will. That's why those people a lot of ill will into positive emotion and mental state. And then important, you must also understanding of this nature. So it manifests as a negative feeling towards other beings, oneself or other students. So sometimes you get irritated, you hate yourself, especially those some people will get any depression. They hate themselves for why of this nature. So you must have this sort of understanding. So it includes a range of emotion from wild irritation to intense anger and hatred. So you see some people of this nature are very hot tempered and very, very short. I mean, short circuit, I mean, short. Every time of small item, small thing, they will get erupt like volcano like that, okay? So when you practice meditation, especially mindfulness meditation and what other, this ill will present, it will disrupt your mental, what I call clarity and calmness and concentration. So those people they're unable to practice well in meditation because they have this nature of hot temper, and every small thing they get irritated. So this if you don't calm down, your meditation will never progress. So it can lead to a turbulent and unsettled mind, making it difficult to achieve deep state of absorption, especially you want to attain higher state of samadhi, of the jhana. With this anger, you can never able to go further. So the way to get rid of this anger is by metta, loving kindness meditation, and then by nature you should change yourself or everyday habit, a feeling of loving kindness towards themselves, then gradually extend this feeling towards others. So Buddhists, everything say, you must love yourself first. So when you hate yourself, you will never progress. So you must love yourself. Start to love yourself, then can love others. So we have friends and those neutral person, and even those whom they have conflict, especially those that you have past conflict and those people you hate them. You have this kind of anger, you can never able to, calm yourself. So whenever see the figure, you cannot forgive them. So you always think of that, recall the past event. So you must have this kind of nature to overcome this mental state of mind. So with this practice, it helps to soften the heart and reduce anger and increase feeling of goodwill and compassion. And then you have to also think of on the karma side. So by understanding karma, reflecting the law of karma, we state that action that have consequences. So even you have no good meditation, you have to reflect on your anger. You anger too much. You understand this concept, you help the person to understand that harboring ill will can lead to negative outcomes for themselves and others, especially person with full anger. According to medical science, very easy to get heart attack and stroke. Okay, so person of this kind of nature very easily get all these kind of health problem. Okay, so when you understand this, you calm yourself down to change your attitude. And then mindful reflection, regular reflection on the negative consequence ill will can motivate practitioner to abandon his hindrances. So whenever your anger arises, you think you anger, you get heart attack, and then you slowly cool down yourself. And then you also must practice the compassion. So only compassion is the antidote to solve your anger. So you also must have empathy to others. So by developing this character, by considering suffering and challenges others face, can reduce the feeling of hostility and foster a sense of shared humanity. So especially, I saw this kind of supervisor in the hospital. The cleaner never do a proper job. It's very bad. In front of the crowd, they scold the workers. And then you put the workers have no face. So this kind of thing, you want to lecture, do it behind the doors. In front of them, the worker will feel insult over this. Then you must practice kindness and compassion and transform negative into positive and constructive ones. And also must practice equanimity, upekha. So with balanced mind, you cultivate equanimity helps to maintain a balanced mind in the face of pleasant and unpleasant experiences. So it reduces the tendency to react, aversion, and ill will. Okay. So with balanced mind, you will not easily get angry. Then if I practice meditation, equanimity meditation involve recognizing the impermanent nature of experiences and developing a stable and peaceful mind. So anger is just a thought only, it's your mental thought. If you can see it, then you won't get angry so easily. So all these are all mental thought, right? And mindfulness, aware of thoughts. And then mindful of breathing. These are all these so-called meditation. So by this, you can write whatever you want. By this, you can able to encounter this anger. So roughly around this, you should able to handle the question. Okay. So this is too long for you. You may want to cut it short. Okay. Next one, Sister Sumeta. This is a year 2 question. Year 2 question, it appear in this senior part 1. Explain the meaning of the following stanza from Dhammapada 60. You can check. It's in the year 2 one, junior part 2. Diga Jarato Rati Digan Santasa Yojana Diho Balan Sansaro Sadam Avi Chanan Nan. Okay. Have any idea?
Okay, this is long is a night to the wakeful or the sleepless person. Long is the leak to the weary. Long is samsara to the foolish, who knows not the sublime truth, or who is ignorant of the true Dhamma, the teaching of the Buddha. But
Okay,
I
good.
didn't quote the story.
Never mind. So you see, Dhammapada, they also set out of syllabus one. They set in supposed to test you only the senior part 1, but they also bring in the junior part 2. You see? So this examiner setting the question for no compassion. Anyhow, just whack in one Dhammapada. You're already learning that, you're already problematic. Okay. So my sister say, long is a night wakeful, long is a yojana for tired, long is a samsara for the fool who do not know the true Dhamma. So basically the story is like that. King Pasanandi of Kosala, he saw a beautiful woman in the city. So he instantly fell in love with this lady. So he found out that she was already married. So in order to get his target, he gave her husband a job in the palace. Then the king sent this young man on an impossible mission. I mean, cannot be accomplished one. So he told him to collect some lotus flower and red earth from the underground world and to return to the city in the same day. Okay? That's an impossible job. On the same day, we must complete this mission. So he thought, of course, that the man will never complete the mission and will never dare to come back. So this is a mission given by the king. So thus the king would take the wife for himself. So this young man followed the instruction out the mission. So on the way, he shared his food with some traveler. Then he threw the rest of the food to a river and called the guardian spirit, telling them that he shared with them this merit obtained from sharing the food with others. So this guardian spirit of the river then brought him the flowers and earth from the underworld. Then you see, so when you are good, you do the miracle thing happen. So this invisible being brought this thing to him as requested by the king. So the young man returned to the city only to find the gate closed. So the king was very bad. So even before he reached, he closed the gate. So the king had already had the gate closed early in the fear that the young man will complete the mission in time. So he put the flower and earth on the ground and declared loudly that his mission. So this young man said, he already done this and complete the mission and went to the night to the monastery of Jetavana to rest. So this young man was disappointed. So he could complete the mission, but he cannot enter the gate. So the king was obsessed with this desire for the young woman. So what happened to him? He could not sleep that night. He heard some strange sound so whole night disturbing him. So in the morning, he went to see the Buddha about this matter. Because this king always consult the Buddha. So the Buddha told him that the sound he heard came from the man who desire other people's wife and now suffer in hell. So the king then wake up himself and realized the foolishness of his action and the fact that now from now he knows how long is the night for the sleepers. And also the young man realized that how long is a journey for one who is tired. That's the verse that tell the whole story. So the Buddha told them by this verse, both of them were at the temple, that the longest journey is what? The samsara for those who are foolish and do not know the Dhamma. So this is a story about this stanza. Okay, so Dhammapada can appear any form, any I can get from junior part 2 and appear in senior. So it's an obstacle also but try if possible. I think 12 Dhammapada verse. But if you're able to, lucky the 12 of them, then one end happen to be tested, then you are lucky. So up to your individual choice. Okay, next one. Article. Explain the different types of karma stated as. What are the stated karma? What are karma? You know all of them.
Karma, yeah, this Garuka karma, Kataka karma, Achina karma,
We
Upa
explain them.
Kataka karma. Karma, in the Buddhist sense, karma is actually an intentional action. Okay, number one, Garuka karma is heavy or weighty karma. These are karma that dominates over the other karmas and will give immediate effect before others at the next rebirth. Unwholesome Garuka karmas are the 5 heinous crimes: patricide, matricide, killing of an arahant, causing injury to Buddha, and the 5th one is the causing schism in the Sangha. Whereas the wholesome Garuka karma are jhanas, whether rupa or arupa jhanas. Then number 2, the katata karma or reserve karma. These include actions which is done but has weak effect, weak intentions. So in the absence of Garuka karma or death, in the absence of Garuka karma, death proximate karma, as well as habitual karma, these reserve karmas will produce results. And this reserve karma can be any actions which was done in the past by by speech, body, or mind. Then number 3 is the achina karma, is habitual karma. These are actions done constantly or habitually and repeatedly over a long period of time. So, in the absence of Garuka karma and the death proximate karma, at death, this karma, this habitual karma, will take precedence and bear the results. Number 4 is upagata karma or destructive karma. These are very strong karma that can totally destroy the effect of another or existing karma of a different or opposite character. For example, a person born in luxury and living in luxury may meet an untimely death as a result of a destructive karma. Similarly, a person born or live in a poor family may suddenly become prosperous by the operation of a wholesome destructive karma. This is my answer. Thank you.
Okay, good try, good try. Okay, my version like this, taken from a source. So, Karuna karma means Veti karma. It dominates over the other karma. I mean, this is a very strong one. Whatever other come in, this one will overthrow them and give effect before others at rebirth. So this is very important one, Garuda karma. So people with this Veti one are very serious. So Garuda karma is usually associated with action that violated the fundamental moral precept and cause substantial harm. So these are very serious ones. So that's why you do evil. Then this action are often categorized as the 5 heinous crime. I mean, matricide, you killing one's mother. So example, good example, especially those on the sick bed. And this is what my principal told me. And also my teacher. He said matricide is performed, especially when the person heart still working and need breathing, all these apparatus. And you need a machine one. This is very subjective. They say if you think of cost in the long run, supporting a mother and life support system, you pull that out, you are performing this matricide in the Buddhist term. So whoever decide this on that very moment, because of cost, then he performed this action is called matricide, killing one's mother. So it's very serious. So even though you say there's no hope for them, but it's a nature path. Wherever they go by natural way, it's up to them. Okay, unless they stated in their so-called their will that they are not to put on a life support system. Then that's okay. I mean, this is not made by you; it's made by them before death. So, if this is a hospital case, that's why we all, as a Buddhist, according to my principal and my other teacher, I said, better don't do it. So you do it, you answer for it. I don't know whether, but speaking on Buddhist term, that's why I said committing matricide is this manner. Same thing, father also. So father was same method if you on the machine. That's why this negative karma you perform answerable. So it's up to you. If you perform, prepare for the consequences upon your last breath. So this is, and try not to do it in whatever way, unless they want it themselves, because they have to answer themselves. We cannot answer for them. But many people think that cost is a very, especially in Singapore, cost very high. So they just pull out, then perform one of these action. So the guarantee you will go down. Then killing Arahant. This is also one. These are those monks killing a monk. All these will send you down there also. Example, Devadatta try to kill the Buddha. That's why he suffer down there. This one, the malicious injuring the Buddha. This Arahant is referring to those high attainment monk. You did that, you also answer for that. Then injuring Buddha, Devadatta that perform it, he answer for it. The next one, this Devadatta perform another one, creating schism in the Sangha. This contain the Sangha. He got two of these. So until now, still not out yet. I don't know next Buddha he will able to see it. So you need to mention about this Garuda Karma, about all these 5 of them, heinous crime. So heinous crime is particularly severe and often result in immediate rebirth. So guarantee, this one very heavy. You say you got no second chance. So immediately after this birth, you go to a lower strength existence, such as hell realm. So these actions are so grave, they obstruct spiritual progress and can lead to prolonged suffering. Even the King Ajasattu, the one that murdered the father king to get the throne, if he never did that to his father, he supposed in that life he should attain Arahant. But he too have to go to hell. Same thing as Devadatta, because he listened to a wrong advice. So will lead you, both of them go to hell. So next one, Katata Karma, or what I call residual or cumulative karma. These are minor actions whose results are not immediately apparent. So these are less serious karma. So unlike more significant karma that view immediate or powerful result, Katata Karma consists of numerous minor actions that collectively influence an individual future experience. So I mean, this will not happen instantaneously. It can over many lives or down the path of your existence will happen and surface out when you ripen. So this Katata Karma example action that do not immediately bear fruit but gradually accumulate over time and contributing to the individual's overall karmic balance. So this is more of an accumulated karma over a period of time. So like your daily life, your everyday action and behavior, they might seem insignificant on their own, but collectively shape one's future experiences. I mean, some minor bad thing which you perform over a certain time, not habitually, but certain time you perform, you accumulate, and then you total up, then in some day you will surface out. Like habitual action, repeated minor action that form habit and tendency that influence one character and life consequences. Habitual habit that you tend to have, then these are also a minor one which will affect you later. So this effect is over time. While individual minor action may not have immediate significant effect, their cumulative effect can be substantial, influencing future rebirth and life situation. So this one may happen to you. So subconsciousness is influence. Katata influence often operates on a subconscious level, affecting one's inclination, preferences, and reaction. Okay, so these are more residential karma. Then another one, achina karma. They translate habitual karma or frequent karma. So it encourages action that often repeatedly performed, creating strong karmic imprints due to their regularity and persistence. Like every 2 weeks you attend this YMBA course or whatever Dhamma course. So all these are good things. You habitually develop over period of time that every month, every week you accumulate all these. So these are habitual. So when the time in it, especially when the last stop moment, especially those people that never visit temple, you ask them to see the temple or imagine all that, they can't imagine because once a blue moon, probably beside day they'll visit, other day never visit. So when you have this regular habit of visiting temple, this thing easily surface to you. So in terms of health, so last stop moment you think of temple, Buddha, then the chances that you born like a human being is very great. So this means called repetition. The key feature of achina karma, repeated nature of action, whether positive or negative. So this action become habitual through constant repetition. So habitual, you better have positive one. Negative, it will have negative effect. And then formation of habit. So this action shape one's habit, tendency, and character over time. That's why I say you need little bit of sand, then you can become a big tall hill. So all this habitual action is a determining factor that determine your how good or evil are you. So habitual action is a slowly impact on one's character. So when you have this repetition, it will strengthen your karma. Repeated action reinforce the corresponding karmic result, making them more powerful and influential compared to isolated action. That's why when you listen to this Dr. Min Timon, the Burmese renowned scholar, he spoke about Abhidhamma. He said every moment you attend this called Dhamma, you are accumulating tons of merits that you cannot do it in a single day. So this habitual thing in a way that we accumulate more and more. That's why when you dedicate this transfer of merit, you have this called deposit in down there you can share with other people. Then subconsciousness influence. Achina karma often operates subconsciously, creating ingrained pattern of behavior and thought. So when you like coming for YMBA course, you learn through, you practice, use it and practice it and live up to it. Then it's a way of habitual strengthening your character. Okay, so that's talk about achina karma. Upagataka karma. This one is worse than the other earlier one. It's referred to the destructive or terminating karma. This one karma, whether you're supposed to have good or bad karma, whether good or bad, the ending result of this destructive karma, whether it's good or bad, will change your course. Let's say your last minute, you are born to be a good person, then you cannot be, you are born into hell, then this is called destructive karma. So this type of karma is powerful enough to either completely obstruct or prematurely end the fruition of other karmic results, including positive one. So it has characterized by the ability to override and nullify. I mean, totally cut off the supposed to be the surfacing one. The effects of other karma. So this may include both positive and negative karma that would have otherwise come to fruition. Okay, like example is the Ajasattu. He is supposed to have the Arahant, no? But because he performed the killing of one's father, that's why this destructive karma will definitely put him in the hell. Then cynical in fact, the action classified as upagataka karma is typically have a strong and immediate impact on one's life circumstances and future rebirth. So its property is an overriding effect. So this karma can completely negate or cut off the result of other karma. For example, a particular heinous act can prevent this fusion of positive karma that was poised to bring beneficial result. Good example is the King Ajakasa II. Premature termination. This type of karma can also premature end the efforts of other karmas that are currently manifest, leading to abrupt changes in one's life situation. There's a good example. Especially those baby before the 9 month, they, especially those aborted voters, those who are baby die immediately after birth. These are this so-called destructive karma that overcome them. So many mothers after hit by all this kind of misfortune, they blame themselves. So you got a chance to talk to them. It's nothing to do with the parents. It's because this person he cannot survive the 9 months. Okay, upon the become the next baby, he'll be killed. Okay, that's a result of this karma. Example, our Buddha and our this called Devadatta and this Ajatasattu are all perform all these serious negative consequences. Okay, so with this one and the karma. So make sure you learn the karma. I see every year the karma will come out, right? Whichever pattern is it, please go and learn it. I know it's very difficult, but it's a sure question. So if you can handle it, you get as maximum as possible, you are safe. You can attempt 3 full complete question, you are very safe. Easily the halfway mark. So the other 2 determine your whether A grade or B grade. So next one, Sister Sumeta. List out the reciprocal obligation of the teacher and pupil stated in Sigala Sutta. You should know this one.
Okay. In 5 ways, the student should tend to the teacher in the South is by, wait, there's another one. Showing respect, to greet a teacher whenever meet the teacher, need to rise to greet them. Second is regularly attending to the class and pay attention. Number 3, eagerly and desirely to learn and eagerly receptively accept the teaching and serve the teachers beautifully. And lastly, master their teachings. For teachers, the respected reciprocate with the compassion in 5 ways. 1, by training in self-discipline, ensuring the teaching are well grasped by the students, instructing in every branch of knowledge to provide well-roundedness, introducing their friends and colleagues as referrals for further notice and advices. And last but not least, providing safeguards in every direction to ensure them their safety in every quarter.
Okay, good. So Srila Sutta also every year we set. So there are 4 directions. So if you can select any direction, so you must learn it by heart, which in a way how to interpret each direction. So the duties of a pupil towards teacher, rising with the teacher, and attending to the teacher needs. This one, I don't know, but nowadays the class in Singapore getting worse and worse. So last time, after lesson, we need to clean the backboard for the teacher. Do this or helping the teacher to carry the books. So these are good things for the student to learn during the studentship. And then listen attentively in class. Nowadays, I don't know, Singapore getting worse and worse. So in our time, we must listen attentively, especially my time. When you go to sleep or anything like that, the teacher, my time, you can use cane and knock at your head or hand. So I cannot go to sleep. So must listen carefully to the lesson. Every class that they start. This is my time. Nowadays, I don't know any changing. And then honoring the teacher's instruction. So follow the teacher's guidance and to the teachings. So this is also must as a student. And also providing personal service. People should help in various ways, such as personal assistant and other supportive acts. So whatever teacher need help, the student should give help as a way. Then upholding the teacher's reputation. Cannot say bad about teacher. Whether how bad the teacher is, there's no way you can behind say this teacher what character. Then the next one is the teachers towards the pupil, the student, providing a thorough instruction. I mean, teacher must provide clear teaching. I mean, without any obstruction, without any keeping back or whatever, then never pass it to the student. You must give everything to the student. Like our Buddha, they give it everything to us. See whether you can accept everything into our memory. And make sure understanding very important. If a class does not understand what the teacher is explaining, is a failure. Then imparting skill. A teacher should impart knowledge and skill to the pupil, preparing them for the independent practice. I mean, in the future, they need to use this for their so-called endowment. I mean, for their future progress. Then commenting and encouraging, especially those poor students. So when these poor students result not that good, teacher should encourage and motivate them to raise up themselves so their result will be much better. You know how my long time ago, my time in primary school, this teacher, I think no more in Singapore. You know what happened? Whenever your result no good, during the school holiday, this particular teacher will pay surprise visit to your home. Surprise visit anytime, any moment. And then you are not at home, good luck. Normally, my time, parents are very fierce one. So when the kid go out and play and not at home, then teacher visit, and then you get caning from the parents. The teacher no need cane, the parents will cane them. So during my time, during our primary 6, the whole class passed. None of them failed. So this teacher was a great admiration for me. So this kind of teacher, now I think no more already. And then correcting mistake and be patient. So whenever the student commit any mistake, teachers should correct them and tell them, you should not do this again. It will harm others. So this is a teacher duty to educate the student whatever things they have done wrong. So the next one, the teacher should look after the pupils or the student welfare, especially in primary school. Make sure outside the gate, make sure their safety back home after school. Okay, there's another duty as well. primary school teacher. So as you said, this sutta emphasizes the importance of mutual respect and responsibility of teacher-pupil relationship. So this mutual respect fosters a positive learning environment and ensures the effective transmission of knowledge and values. So the pupils benefit from the wisdom and guidance of teacher, while the teacher fulfills the role by nurturing the student growth and development. Okay. This, if you can speak or put all this in, sure 20 mark on. Okay, Sister Teo, your turn here. What is Ehi Pasiko? You should know now.
I know, but then to write susah is to come and see. To come and know the Dhamma by yourself. The Buddha only show the way, but we ourselves have to come and learn the Dhamma. Other than that, this is one of the quality of the Dhamma. What else to say? I don't know what else to say.
Okay lah, good try lah.
I got rather now I very stressed. Don't know how to take exam.
Don't worry lah, exam everything will arise into your memory.
Still got 1 more month to study. Stress high.
Don't worry so much lah. Always have positive attitude don't negative. Okay. Future don't know, unknown no. So you must know at present. I make sure I must cover all these so I know. Future unknown no. How you know? That's why don't worry.
Don't worry. Say easier say than done. Okay.
Don't worry lah. Your brother every time study until season. The more you study, more season you will come. Okay, don't worry. So basically the word means come and see or come and experience it. So a key aspect of the Buddha's teaching is which encourages personal investigation. That's come and see for yourself, check yourself, and experience it, understanding rather than blind faith. That's a ehipasiko. That's why no other religion does that. Only Buddhism. Okay. Buddha never asked you to convert, no. Buddha never forced you to convert, no. You willingly and understand it, and finally you convert yourself. Okay. Buddha, that's a way of practicing. So Buddha used the term to encourage people to directly experience and verify his teaching through their own practice and observation, rather than accepting them based on authority or tradition. As other authority, like the Hindus, Vedas, then the Christianity and the Bible, so on so on. So all of them are based on that. But Buddhists never ask you that. The important thing is that it can test and verify. Buddhism emphasizes on the empirical approach to spiritual practice. So practitioners are encouraged to test the teaching to the personal experience and see the result in their own lives. This is very truthful. There are none that attend this Buddhist Pali college there. They want to test out, see whether Buddhists talking nonsense or not. So after the diploma first year, they completed it. They found that there is a superior teaching than their Catholic teaching. So they get worried. So Catholic in a way cannot measure up to that. So they're not there to oppose a degree because learning further, one fine day, you ask them to drop their own Catholic practice. So many of them completed the diploma, never carry on because Buddhist teaching is about this. So many of them find that it's a true teaching. So they find that they really go there and sompa already, cannot come out. So many believe that. And scientific methodology. Buddhist also a scientific way. The approach aligns and scientific methodology where hypothesis tested through experiment. So in Buddhism, teaching are explored through meditation, ethical conduct, and mindfulness practice. So you follow the Buddhist teaching on these three. If you are never a good person, then something wrong with you. Okay, you follow this Buddhist way, you will find that you will be a changed person after the practice. So we talk about other religion like faith. So Ahipasiko means represent a balance between faith and skepticism. So while initial faith, sada, may motivate one to practice, true understanding come from personal verification. I mean, you have to check yourself. And then personal validation, empower individual to validate teaching through their own insight and experiences, leading to deeper and more authentic faith based on direct knowledge. I mean, after you practice, as a Buddhist, you really through practice, you will find that resulting, every day you will become morally well, and also kind of what you are a changed person after that. Okay, you really practice. Okay, next one. Badako Asachi Tela.
Okay, Asaji, Okay, Asaji Tera was one of the 5 companions of Bodhisattva Gautama during his search for enlightenment. He is also one of the first 5 Sangha members and attained arahantship under the tutelage of Buddha. Asaji Tera attained Sotapanna after the turning of the wheel of the Dhamma, that is the sermon of Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, and he attained arahantship after the Anatta Lakkhana Sutta, which is the second sermon. And during one of his alms rounds, during one of Asaji's alms round, one lay people called Upatissa, later Venerable Sariputta Thera, saw him and was attracted by his posture and radiance. Subsequently, Upatissa went to meet him and seek for his teaching or his teacher's teaching, and Asaji Thera uttered a short stanza which helped Upatissa to be a Sotapanna. And later, Venerable Asaji told him where he could find his teacher, the Sakyan Gautama Buddha. These are the short answers that I have.
Okay, good enough, good enough. But basically, your brother deliver. So I know I go through. I just pass it to you and digest yourself. This is a quote. We say pass it to Sariputta. So if you can remember in Pali, good. So you cannot, then in English. Of the things that arise from a cause, the Tathagata has told that the cause and also what the situation is, and this is the doctrine of the great recluse. If you can quote this, very good. Okay, talking about impermanent. Okay, Sister Sumeta, Anatta Pindika.
Anatta Pindika is considered the chief male patron of the Buddha. He's the one who founded the Jetavana monastery and is considered one of the most important temples in the time of the historic Buddha, while the other being the Migara Matu Pasada. This Anatta Pindika was born in a wealthy merchant family in Savatthi with the birth name Sutatta and was a relative of Subhuti, one of the Buddha's principal disciples. He is actually a very merchant banker and philanthropist and believed to have been the wealthiest merchant in Savatthi in the time of Gautama Buddha. So he is given known as a nickname Anatta Pindika. Literally, Pinda is one who gives alms. Anatta is to the unprotected ones, due to his reputation of loving to give to those in need. So he is the one who fed a large number of the Buddhist monks daily and regularly, maintained and supplied Jetavana monastery, as well as one of the Buddha's primary aids in dealing with the general publics. He is also known as the male lay disciple of the Buddha who had foremost in generosity and frequently referred as Anatta Pindika Sati. Is sometimes referred to Maha Anatta Pindika to distinguish him from Chula Anatta Pindika and other disciples of the Buddha. That's all I can get.
Okay, good try. So I'm not going to go through. But sister already covered most of the things, so you can read through yourself. He's a wealthy millionaire, and he supported even until he get broke. And he also carry on supporting. So you can read through yourself. Okay. So he's a model lay disciple. His Buddha highly acclaim him. So there's no second one to him. Okay, Sister Teo, Upeka. This one you should know lah.
Veka is one of the paramis. It's the 10 paramis of Bodhisattva. It means not being favor or not being in favor, not being favor of the pleasurables and not being in favor of the unpleasurables. It is the neutral feeling, and it is also one of the Brahma Viharas. What else to say? According to the Jataka story, the Jataka story is the Jataka story is Upeka means not being affected by the 8 worldly conditions. The loss and gain, fame and in fame, praise and blame and pain and happiness. Then I quote the story of the Brahmin invited the Buddha go to his house and insulted him with the bad words, and Buddha say he's not accepting it and he's returning it to the Brahmin. What else? What else to say? Don't know what else to say.
Good try. Okay. So my long-winded one, go back, you read through yourself and see you like or don't like, then add or extra up to you lah. Okay. Okay, brother go. King Kosala.
Kosala.
It's Kosala.
Oh, Kosala.
I think so many times. How come you got this word?
Oh, no wonder I didn't know what is it all about, so I didn't write anything.
Now try.
The internet says it's King Panasadi Kosala. When I use the word King Koso, it is King personality Kosala.
Oh, okay. That means should be king personality of Kosala lah. Of Kosala kingdom. Oh. But I didn't write anything because I
Okay,
wasn't
never mind.
sure.
Let's see my copy.
Ah,
So basically, like this. He always seek help from Buddha lah. This particular king. And he also like eat a lot of things that he gets sleepy in the afternoon. So Buddha also advised him about moderate eating. He also King Kosala also provides support to the Sangha. So during the Buddha time, Buddha have to associate with all the king because the king is the most powerful and the most rich one that can support the whole Sangha. So you see, Buddha associated most of them with the king or the noble from various provinces. And next one, Sister Sumeta. What is Sandihiko? Any idea?
Sumitra.
Sandihiko. Where you don't have, then see my copy. It
Okay.
translates as a pattern of visible here and now. It's also used to describe the quality of Dhamma as immediately observable and verified to personal experience. Okay, you can see the chanting got one of these words. So like Buddha speaking about all the thing, he said this can be refer to quality of Dhamma being directly visible or apparent in one's own experience. That means you can practice it immediately. It emphasizes the immediate, relevant, and applicable of teaching to one's life. So next one is verification. Is to practice. So the teaching of Buddha are not based on blind faith or belief, but on personal verification through practice. So Sandihiko encouraged practitioners to investigate the Dhamma themselves and see the truth in their own lives. So Buddha disciples, all of them follow Buddha instruction, and whatever Buddha preached, all the things turn to be true. Exactly what they get it, as what Buddha preached to them. So Sandihiko is focused on the present moment, emphasizes the importance of being mindful and aware of one's experience as they arise. So the truth of Dhamma are said to be the evidence of here and now. So Buddhist emphasis on direct experience. So the word Sandihiko underscore the Buddha's teaching method with emphasis direct experience over theological speculation, especially other religion. They never do that. They all are talking about all the metaphysics, all the what you call theological speculation. So practitioners are encouraged to see the truth of the Dhamma through their own theoretical, through their own practice and observation. So that's why you do meditation. Whatever Buddha said in doing meditation, this is what you also get, right? And then you also freedom from dogma. The concept of Sandihiko promotes the freedom from dogma and encourages as open-minded, experiential approach to the Dhamma. So it allows it for dynamic and personal encouragement with the teachings. Okay. And then it reinforces your faith. Okay. Sandihiko emphasizes the personal verification and it also serves as foundation to faith for practitioner. So after practice, you are more faith with Buddhism. So seeing the beneficial effect of practicing the Dhamma reinforce one confidence in the teaching. All right. So it is sufficient. So I will send this to you. You go and slowly digest it. Okay, we take a 10-minute break and then we continue Abhidhamma. At around 3, we'll start again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.